Tonight, Senate's president applauds Tinubu's leadership in revitalizing Nigeria's economy. Senate cautions government agencies over alleged sabotage of federal character principle in recruitment and promotions. Plus, Deputy Speaker Kalu advocates fair immigration policies in UK parliamentary dialogue. Good evening and welcome to Parliamentary News. I am Stella Inameti. President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has praised President Tinubu's unwavering commitment to the Renewed Hope agenda, which is gradually revitalizing the economy, improving the lives of Nigerians, rekindling hope and building a brighter and prosperous future for the nation. In a statement, Akpabio said the bold initiatives and reforms, particularly in the areas of economic and fiscal policies, demonstrate the president's undying dedication to transforming Nigeria to its deserving greatness. The level of infrastructural development as enunciated in the monumental ongoing projects across the country, such as the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway and the Lagos-Maiduguri Road. He added, are testaments to Tinubu's leadership signature and development-conscious pedigree. He noted that the economic reforms are gradually turning Nigeria into the preferred business destination of local and foreign investors, with the Naira making a strong rebound coupled with his ambitious and purposeful fiscal policies. Akpabio pointed out that the administration's achievements in the area of security are wholesome and commendable in the last 2 years, as the Nigerian armed forces have taken the war against insurgency to the doorstep of bandits, terrorists, and other criminal elements, and the results are obvious and positive. He said the torrent of endorsements for the return of President Tinubu to office in 2027, just 2 years into his first tenure, are testaments to the purposeful leadership. Similarly, Deputy President of the Senate, Barau Jibrin, has commended President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for repositioning Nigeria towards prosperity on this milestone of 2 years in office. In a statement, Senator Barau said Nigeria, under the able leadership of the president, has initiated policies to deal with economic and security issues, which have yielded results, citing incidents of kidnapping along Abuja-Kaduna Road, which have become history. He expressed optimism that with the establishment of regional development commissions and more tertiary institutions and healthcare facilities across the country, the Tinubu administration has put Nigeria on the path to socio-economic development. The Senate Committee on Federal Character has cautioned government agencies in charge of financial and administrative affairs over alleged sabotage of Nigeria's principle of federal character on recruitments and promotions. At an investigative hearing on the issue, lawmakers frowned at the practice, saying it was unfair for government agencies to demand for their own quota during recruitment. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali reports.
When you get to IPPIS, is it what it's called? Yes. Before they do anything, they want some cut. You go to civil service, they want some cut. Accountant General, they want some cut. And so before you know it, you are confused.
The Senate Committee on Federal Character is dismayed at discrepancies so far discovered since the launch of an investigation into alleged violation of the principle of federal character by ministries, departments, and agencies of government in recruitments. At the session with the National Pension Commission, the committee discovered discrepancies in staff distribution across local government areas, states, and regions.
We have 36 states, we have 6 zones. Be conscious of that.
Before now, we used to say that there were educationally disadvantaged states. But right now in Nigeria, we no longer have such. If you have anything, it's over education.
We also try as much as we can to abide by all the rules and regulations that have been set.
Ensure that every part of this country is appropriately and fairly represented in that agency.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, had earlier appeared, where the committee noted that staff distribution is more equitable in the commission compared to other agencies. Meanwhile, stakeholders at a public hearing by the Senate Committee on Tertiary Education and Test Fund on bill to establish Federal College of Education Technical Asaba in Delta State, Federal College of Education Special in Karai, Kano State, and bill to establish Federal University of Education Gumel in Jigawa State, applauded President Tinubu for approving the establishment of more tertiary institutions across the country.
I'd like to use this opportunity to thank Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his commitment, for his determination, for his nationalism in expanding the sphere of educational sector.
They reflect our collective aspiration to expand access to higher education, promote quality, and enhance the quality of training across our institutions.
The Senate will not relent in giving Nigerians impactful legislation in ensuring access to education for all across the country.
The establishment of the three institutions is being canvassed to bridge existing gaps and make education accessible to underserved areas. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
Nigeria is urging the United Kingdom to be considerate in its immigration policies as both countries pledge to strengthen parliamentary cooperation for mutual benefits. This was when Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, received UK's Minister for Africa, Lord Collins of Highborough. National Assembly correspondent Retiree Ikben reports.
Lord Collins of Highborough is reciprocating a previous visit to UK's Parliament by the House of Representatives Deputy Speaker Benjamin Kalu. They acknowledged the strategic partnership between Nigeria and the United Kingdom, leading to a trade volume of £7.2 billion in 2024, with a surplus of £3.4 billion in favour of the UK. The Deputy Speaker draws attention to UK's latest immigration white paper, which is perceived to be restrictive for students and skilled professionals.
Shortening the graduate route visa to 18 months and closing the overseas social care worker visa route to new applicants. These measures have the potential to create new challenges for Nigerian nationals who have historically contributed to the UK economy and society. Today's dialogue provides an opportunity to advocate for the following. Number one, an immigration policy framework that acknowledges the contributions of Nigerian nationals in the UK. Two, mutual recognition of qualifications to facilitate the movement of skilled professionals.
I want to reassure you that our relationships is about strengthening interparliamentary contact to ensure that we share the same objectives, support that absolutely fundamental position of democracy that has been so embedded here in Nigeria and in the United Kingdom.
It is an ongoing dialogue as both countries seek to expand areas of parliamentary cooperation based on respect and equality to create a win-win situation. From the National Assembly, Retiree Ikben, NTA News.
The House of Representatives is strengthening bilateral and parliamentary relationship between Nigeria and Canada, aimed at promoting economic cooperation and parliament ties towards fostering developmental strides. Chairman, House of Representatives Committee on Nigeria-Canada Parliamentary Relations, Abiodun Francis, stated this during the committee's visit to the new Canadian High Commissioner to Nigeria. National Assembly correspondent Issa Mohammed reports.
Nigeria and Canada have a long-standing relationship with cooperation in trade and investments, education, parliamentary ties, among other areas. The chairman, House Committee on Nigeria-Canada Parliamentary Relationship, Abiodun Francis, explains that while there are challenges to overcome, Nigeria and Canada parliamentarians explore opportunities for growth and development of the two nations by working together to achieve greatness.
And they have supported us immensely in agriculture, in engineering, and of course in military. And they are still ready to support us. And they are still supporting us in multinational and international organizations. They deploy their support to us through multilateral organizations.
From the National Assembly, Isa Muhammad, NTA News.
Joining us to discuss benefits of Nigeria-Canada parliamentary relationship is Chairman, House Committee on Nigeria and Canada Parliamentary Relationship, Abiodun Francis. Now, how can Nigeria-Canada parliamentary relationship enhance Nigeria's global influence, economy, and diplomatic efforts?
It may interest you that around this time last year, precisely in May last year, we visited the former Canadian High Commissioner. And later, around October last year too, our committee went on inter-parliamentary exchange visit to Canada, where we had dialogue with Canadian parliamentarians on how to improve bilateral relationship between Nigeria and Canada. Our visit last year was an eye-opener about the untapped opportunities between Nigeria and Canada and the need to improve on the tempo of diplomatic relationship between the two countries. The visits afforded us the opportunities to have engagement with top parliamentarians, top government officials, and we met with the Nigerian communities. During the engagement, we found out that the student community in Canada were having problems with the host country. Especially, they were having challenges in the educational policy of Canada that was shifted, which affected some of our boys. We intervened then because the complaint was that Canadian government shifted the pole in between the games, which was not the case. Our boys were allowed 20 working hours so that they can do work and study program.
What potential areas of cooperation or collaboration have not been fully explored?
The Parliament here is coordinating the first Nigerian-Canada Trade Economic Summit that will be holding in August, where we intend to bring a lot of Canadian investors who are actually interested in Nigerian investment environment. And we hope a lot of Nigerians too will benefit from this summit. As I speak, we are expecting that the Nigerian government will, through the Office of the Minister of Trade, be able to open to the entire world and the Canadian the ease of doing business in Nigeria and to encourage more Canadian firms to come and invest in Nigeria, particularly in the area of mining and ICT support. Of course, they are interested in the agri sector, mechanized farming, which is the hallmark of agriculture these days. They have also shown interest in the area of supporting women in enterprise, women in agri, and of course, women in government, women in politics.
We'd like to thank you for your contributions. We'll now take a break. News continues shortly. Stay with us.
Are you looking for a short channel to make your business, goods and services go viral? Look no further, as NTA Parliament is your short channel. Take advantage of our wider reach and advertise your products and services on NTA Parliament DSTV channel 370, GoTV channel 126, StarTimes channel 306, and Free TV channel 706. For more inquiries, contact the Marketing Department, NTA Parliament, NTA Headquarters Area 11 Garki Abuja, or call these numbers 080-383-40464 or 080-770-78055. NTA Parliament, strengthening Nigeria's democracy.
Welcome back. Now, a bill for an act to establish the Kogi State Bureau of Substance Abuse Control and Rehabilitation of Drug Victims 2025 has passed second reading at the State House of Assembly. Jacob Sani reports that the House at plenary also deliberated on measures put in place by Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo to curb insecurity in the state.
Lokoja, the Kogi State capital, links the north, the south, and western parts of the country, including Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory. The state is therefore exposed to all forms of human activities, both negative and positive. To the majority leader, Kogi State House of Assembly, Dr. Suleiman Abrazak, who believes that clamping down on illicit drugs and other dangerous substances could be a major step to control social vices in the state.
This bill, if passes into law by this August House, will not only clean our streets of crime and criminality, but provide a legal framework for public-private partnership in establishing rehabilitation and counseling centers for victims of drug abuse in the state.
Contribution from his colleagues pushed for timely passage of the bill. Similarly, the House appreciates Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo for taking security measures against armed banditry. This followed a motion moved on the floor of the House by a member representing Lokoja 1 State Constituency, being Ibaya Tijani.
The support from the executive governor, Ahmed Usman Ododo, has been instrumental in restoring normalcy to previously affected areas.
The plenary also received a motion requesting the House to issue its resolution using the same government to rehabilitate and modernize the Confluence Stadium.
Are falling off. The electrical installation, power generating plant, and all indoor sport facilities has been realized.
Input from the lawmakers highlight benefits like job creation for youth to reduce crimes and criminalities in the society. The House adjourned to another legislative day. Jacob Sani, NTA News.
The Nasarawa State House of Assembly has adopted the recommendations of Standing Committee on Education, Science and Technology on the bill seeking the establishment of Nasarawa State Education Trust Fund, aiming to improve the quality of education in the state. Adams Abdul Kadri completes the report.
At the Committee of the Whole, the House unanimously adopted Standing Committee report on Education, Science and Technology after thorough deliberation. The bill seeking the establishment of Nasarawa State Education Trust Fund, aiming at raising funds for training and retraining of teachers for quality education and effective service delivery.
The committee therefore recommends that the amendments sought for and proposed to the bill should be adopted and retransmitted to His Excellency for his assent in order to kickstart the Nasarawa State Education Trust Fund. Those in favor of that say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Thank you. This bill is slated for third reading. Thank you.
Speaker, Nasarawa State House of Assembly Danla Digital noted that the bill so aim is to equip teachers with the requisite training and skills to positively impact students' academic performance and overall development. In the same vein, part of positive and proactive measures with the contemporary transportation challenges, a report on establishment of the State Inland Waterways Regulation Agency in order to regulate the carriage of persons and goods across all waters and rivers in Nasarawa State has been presented before the House for deliberation. From the State House of Assembly, Adams Abdul Kadri, NTA News.
Ondo State House of Assembly has elected Ololade Gbegudu as the new Deputy Speaker following the resignation of Abayomi Akinruntan. The announcement was made during plenary at the Assembly Complex in Akure, presided over by the Speaker, Olamide Oladiji. According to Akinruntan, the representative Ilaje Constituency 1, he stepped down to honor the power-sharing arrangement among the 3 senatorial districts in the state. In a related development, Olatunji Oshati representing Oshe constituency, was announced as the new majority leader. His appointment was ratified earlier in a parliamentary session and was formally declared on the floor of the House. Political analysts and gender activists are advocating more political space for full participation of women in politics to engender inclusivity and optimum results. This came to the fore at a one-day symposium on women in leadership organized by the National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies in collaboration with the Center for Gender Security and Youth Advancement, University of Abuja. Mohammed Rabiu Ali reports.
Over the years, socioeconomic and political participation between women and men in Nigeria leaves much to be desired compared to other African countries. This symposium seeks to analyze and appraise the gendered nature of democracy as well as development which lead to limitations on women's political participation.
And when you talk of gender, gender does not apply to just women. Even we men in academics, our colleagues in academics, we must step out.
Please work very, very hard and launch yourself in the society.
But when it comes to leadership and decision-making, female gender is highly, highly underrepresented.
As Nigeria continues to join the League of Countries making steady progress in gender equality, experts believe women must remain resolute and committed in playing critical roles beyond the political space. Meanwhile, the Director General, NILS, Professor Abubakar Suleiman, briefed the media on his stewardship in the last 6 years.
NILS has not relented in supporting the legislature with timely provisions of legislative support through bill drafting, policy analysis, motion, bill analysis, and issue briefs. As a matter of fact, the Institute in the year 2025 transformed its platform for supporting legislature by migrating to its online Legipro platform.
In Abuja, Mohammed Rabiu Ali, NTA News.
The 2025 First Ordinary Session of ECOWAS Parliament has ended in Abuja with a call for regional peace, security, and people-driven development. At the closing session, President of ECOWAS Commission, Omar Aliu Toure, presented the annual midterm report on the state of the community to the House of Parliament. ECOWAS Parliament correspondent Mohammed Rabiu Ali reports.
2 weeks of debate now is over, with hopeful resolutions for better West Africa.
De la présente session, pour vous réitérer ma sincère gratitude pour la confiance.
Despite challenges believed to be facing the ECOWAS community, characterized by political upheavals in 3 member states as well as a slowdown in global economy, the region is witnessing economic growth.
The growth would be driven mainly by the 4 largest economies, namely Senegal 6.5%, Ghana 4.0%, Nigeria, and Cote d'Ivoire. Inflationary pressures in ECOWAS is expected to ease slightly in 2025 to 19.7%, compared to 24.8% in 2024.
Other key areas in the year under review include the restoration of democratic transition in Guinea, operationalization of ECOWAS standby force to fight terrorism, single currency program, and promotion of common market and private sector development in the region.
People want a safe and secure environment, not with the Boko Harams, the bandits, and Israel from the Sahel.
We have been told that countries do not fully respect their commitments to pay the community levies.
The state legislature amended its rules of procedures to adapt to current realities and improve transparency in decision-making process. In Abuja, Mohammed Rabiu Ali, NTA News.
And this is where we conclude the parliamentary news. Remember, you can watch this news and other programs on our social media handles showing on your screen. Thank you for watching. On behalf of the production crew, I am Stella Inamiti.